Hey Trey, what's happening, man?
Doing great. How y'all doing?
An, ab- an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Trey Ledesma from Release the Captive, a band all the way from Austin, Texas.
Yes, sir.
So tell us a little bit about your band, Trey.
Yeah, so we're an alternative metal band, straight from the heart of Texas. I think the origins of the band started off before I joined. I joined in after they replaced their original vocalist. But it was like one of those met at a bar, started hanging out, like realized that the band or the guys in the band um were all musicians and just kind of met up at one point like, okay, well, let's jam, let's see what happens, and then snowballed to where we are right now.
Awesome, awesome. And did I hear on a podcast you guys did in Austin that like you all live together and
Yeah. Um,
you're all living in the same house and like it's a strong bond there.
yeah, not all of us. Like our new drummer, he actually moved actually like literally down the street. We can probably throw a rock and hit his window if we wanted to. um, but yeah, myself, our guitarist, and the bassist, and them two are brothers, by the way. So like we
Yeah,
all live into one house, which is really great because if like we have an idea, we can just hammer it out like on the spot.
yeah. It definitely has its pros to being so close together. The guitarist is it Carlos is the guitarist? Am I right in saying?
Carlos
No,
is the bassist.
Carlos the bass. What's the guitarist name?
His name's Adam.
Adam. Well, between your singing and Adam shredding, my God, man, you got some sound going there.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, really, really good stuff.
Hey, don't forget the rhythm section.
Yeah, the
The
rhythm,
guys can play too.
you got to give credit to everybody.
The drums and the bass are really, really bringing the intensity as well, Trey.
Yeah, it's great having them two being brothers because they've been playing since they were like little kids, so they automatically just know how to like just go off like on each other in a good way. Like they just play off each other. I mean,
Yeah,
um, and Danny just brings so much of this like raw intensity, and he's very technical in his drumming, and it's been very different but very great. Like it's a new sound that we've been kind of working on lately. We have one single that we haven't released yet, but it is insane. It is like one of the most different song that we've ever recorded, and we're really excited about sharing it. But we just want to make sure that we do it correctly.
yeah, yeah. Well, Luke's a drummer also, so Luke picked up on the drumming straight away.
Yeah, I play some drums myself, so I'd picked up on some of the drumming as I would have been a big metalhead growing up. That would have been my main influence or main genre to start, so I'm always happy to hear some of that and was really, really impressed. I liked how there can be some really heavy, hard hitting stuff, and then it can be brought down to some more melodic stuff as well. Dynamic change, and then the roller coaster goes back up, ready to rip your head off again.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I love that. I love exactly what you just said. That it is a roller. Well, like I think I got to chat about the latest single, the Defamation of Character. It seems like you guys have taken an extra step with like the heaviness, we should say. I
Yeah, like we
personally,
like we are a heavy band,
yeah,
and like we oh, what's the right word to saying this? Like we know like what metal should sound like, and we're like, yeah, this is great, this is awesome, but if we can get in some different oh man, what's the word, like influences on it, then like to make it our own. And like we're really big fans of like Deftones and um which is like probably like the main band that we've been kind of like, oh, y'all sound like this, like, oh yeah, definitely Deftones. But
right,
we listen
That's
to
funny.
a lot of heavy music.
We wouldn't have got a big Deftones
mm,
vibe straight away, Trey, which might be nice to hear that. It's like, oh, you're not directly copying or stealing. Do you know that
Yeah.
sort of way where you're like, do we sound too much like
Yeah.
our influence, or is it too much in the style of?
You said some
Um,
of the drumming was kind of like Slipknot.
yeah, I got some really cool like Slipknot vibes, early vibes. There was one bit sounded really like the breakdown in Left Behind with that sort of nice level change, and there's
Oh,
some
gotcha.
technical stuff going off, and then really back into it heavy.
Yeah, like funny enough, Adam, he actually just saw Slipknot last night.
Oh, no
No
way.
Yeah,
way.
yeah, they're
Where
playing
in
their
Austin?
yeah, they're
Are they
playing
still
their
doing the 1999 set?
yeah, it was that 25th anniversary.
Oh,
So they
shit.
all played the self-titled and I think a little bit of Iowa, but I didn't go, unfortunately. It was actually him and Danny that both
Nice.
went.
And
Yeah.
Eli Casagrande, who's drumming with them now, is an absolute monster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like Danny loves him. Like
Yeah.
this is God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, we had like one music reaction and it was for our music video for Lost in the Moment. And yeah, that's where a lot of people were like, oh yeah, they sound like Deftones. But Slipknot's also like a big influence on us as well. Um, I know Adam, like he got their first CD off of like, like you go into a magazine and you're like looking at like all the CDs and new music's coming out, and he just like pointed at one because it looked cool, and of course it was like Slipknot's self-titled record, and from then on it was metal, 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 metal.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. That
What a great album to sink your teeth into
oh,
as
that
well.
shit just hit like on another level when that stuff came out. Like that was amazing. Amazing.
Oh yeah,
I got to see them early enough in the tour. I think it was '03 or '04. I got to catch them over here in Dublin.
oh
They were
wow,
supporting Metallica. It was fucking amazing. Really cool
wow.
show. Yeah, really cool. But I'd love to catch them again. We also talked to like they're coming to Europe towards the end of the year.
Yeah, towards the end of the year, but you know yourself, Trey, when it's close to Christmas, it can be hard to manage everything, and especially Gavin's got children.
Yeah,
I haven't been
Oh yeah.
blessed with them yet, but
yeah. Sometimes you got to rob a bank to hit all these shows up. But back to you guys then. So you got some more stuff coming out. You got some new tracks ready to drop shortly.
Yeah, we went into the studio back in March. This is actually will be Danny's first time behind the kit. The last four singles behind that, we just had our producer um just do all the drums and editing because we at that time we didn't have a drummer, but we still were sitting on music. So yeah, this will be Danny's first time recording with us, and well, shout out Abramov of Hammer and Nail Studio. He's been our engineer for since the inception of the band, and he's literally like the fifth member of Release to Captive. He knows exactly what we want to go for, and if there's like new stuff he wants to try out and new stuff that we want to try out, we're always just like so open to suggestion and get everything out. This time with Danny coming in, we also are taking a different approach because we sought out a different mastering engineer, and it's gonna be I can't remember his name. He's done like a lot of great metal bands in this genre, like Hail the Sun, Sleeping with Sirens. He's done a couple of Pierce the Veil records, Dance Gavin Dance. I'm like, I gotta find out his name.
you're
It's
going to
gonna
get
Even
some
though,
good sounds out of that.
oh, it's insane. Like the quality of it is nothing that like as a band like um we haven't sounded like this massive before. Like
cool.
yeah, like Defamation and Defiance and all of the other couple singles before that, like yeah, they sound great, they sound awesome, but this is like a whole different like level
Nice.
to our sound that we're very excited about.
Oh man, I'm excited to hear it too, man. Is the studio in Austin? Yeah.
It's gonna be in Leander. It's about a 30-minute drive out from here over here. Not too long.
Cool. And what's the overall scene like in Austin at the minute? Is there a lot of bands, a lot of metal?
It's kind of funny. Like Austin doesn't really have much of a like you talk to like you talk to 10 people, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, the scene's dead in Austin. And I'm probably one of those people because I feel like there I don't necessarily think it's dead. I just think it's too much. Like there's so much going on. Like you walk down one street, you have like 5 bands playing like in different bars and venues and stuff. Um, but the scene's still thriving. I think there's like two parts of it. Like, yeah, there's like that mainstream scene where you can go across the street and like find like great bands and whatnot. And then there's this really cool underground scene in Austin that's like hardcore and punk and grunge. It's that scene is amazing. Like people are playing under bridges and in convenience stores and
No
like
way.
it's insane. Like
No
we
way.
went out one time to a show
Get a
like that
gallon of
and
milk and call a
right
punk
no yeah
band in the
it's
convenience
legit
store.
convenience store. Like during the day it's convenience store and at night they put up PAs.
No
Oh
way.
man.
It's really cool.
It's a city I actually hope to go there for the World Cup is coming over to you guys, the Soccer World Cup in 2026, and Texas is holding like three. I think Dallas, the Cowboy Stadium,
AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
yeah, in Arlington, and what's the other one then? There's three.
Which
There's Austin and there's Dallas and then there's one other.
San Antonio or
Yeah.
Houston.
But me and my buddies, there's like 10 of us coming over and we hope to hit up Texas. I want to get to Austin. I really do. I hear it's
it's really
like,
great.
maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but it's like almost like it's going to be like the new Hollywood or LA. Like everybody's moving down there.
Yeah, it's like a
Rogan,
lot
it's
of
all
people
Rogan.
from California. Yeah, we have more Californians than Texans at this point.
Really? Yeah,
Oh yeah.
It's definitely Joe Rogan's fault. Definitely.
Oh, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, like we have our fair share of celebrities like the Supernatural brothers, Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles, but um they're great. Like I think they have like their own like brewery in Austin.
Cool.
I've never been, but I definitely want to go because I'm a big beer drinker.
Yeah, man. Come to Ireland then.
I
What's your
do.
favorite beer, Trey?
Guinness.
Guinness?
Yeah, I'm a Guinness guy.
Are you serious? Are you just saying that?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Really,
I'm
man?
I'm
That's
not just
cool.
saying that. Like, um, back when I first started drinking, of course, like you had like your like Bud Light, Dos Equis. Dos Equis is probably like my go-to. But if
Dos
they
Equis
have a
is good.
Guinness on tap, yeah, if they have a Guinness on tap, I am going straight to that. Like,
Now,
I
do
would,
they do it right? Do they do it in the two pours or do they pour it one go?
no, they do it in 2 pours.
Nice,
Yeah, we have a
nice.
couple. We have a couple Irish pubs around here. And literally about like a 10-minute drive away from me, it's this place called Jack and Jill's, and yeah, it's really big Irish pub.
Nice, nice.
That's awesome.
Hopefully someday I'll get there for a
Yeah,
pint.
for a pint of Guinness and Jack and Jill's.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack and
Speak
Gingers. That's what it's called.
Oh,
Jack
Jack
and
and
Ginger's.
Gingers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jack and
Jack and
Gingers.
Ginger's good too.
Yeah, that's a good name, isn't it?
No, but the
The
drink,
drink's good.
Jack and Ginger Ale is.
About 10 of them. Take the
Yeah.
thirst off any man on a warm evening.
Um, I was going to ask you too. I think I was chatting to you myself maybe over the last few months about
Yeah.
another bunch of legends from Texas, Kubla Khan.
Yes,
Oh
love
man,
Kublai Khan.
what a band. They're going
It-
great too, man. They're fucking selling out everywhere.
yeah, like they are
They're
just
in Australia right
insane.
now.
Are they really?
Oh well, I think they just left Australia. They did like 6 to 10 shows maybe in Australia. Small enough, maybe I don't know, a couple of hundred people, but they sold out all the shows, and they're heading our way. They're coming to Dublin in February, I think.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, man. I think it was yourself. I was chatting to online about them. You were trying to get to support them. That was the dream.
Yeah, I've seen them twice now, and the first time was really hilarious because
Was it
they
in one of them
played.
venues that they have the lights on? It looks like a. Do you see them videos online that they have? It's like they're
Oh
playing in
yeah,
like a hall or something with bright lights on, and guys are just kicking the shit out of each other.
yeah, those are like just straight up just hardcore like venues. Like they just leave the lights on and everyone's just punching each other and
Fucking
just having a good
windmill
time.
and just fucking
Yeah,
yeah, man, yeah.
like that's a legit hardcore show. But yeah, the first time I saw them, they were playing with this band called I want to say it's called like Soyo or something like that, or Koyo, like Koyo.
Okay.
Um, and they were great. They were like a nice like pop punk band, so everyone's just kind of having a good time. Um, that immediately after that was Kublai Khan, so now everyone's punching each other, and
What a
then
rude awakening.
oh, it was and like this show was just a mind trip because everyone's hitting each other. The band after that was Movements, and they're like a emo, like Midwest emo type like band, like very sad. So now everyone's crying, like hugging the people that they just
They
hit.
just
And then immediately after that was Knock Loose.
Oh shit.
and, and so now people are like trying to murder each other again. And I'm like, I don't even know where to stand. I think I'm just gonna be out in the corner just because everyone's just but I couldn't like Knock Loose was playing, so I immediately went into the pit.
It
So
sounds like a trip on maybe some magic stuff. That's what that
right.
concert sounds like. It was up there and up there and up there.
Oh yeah, it was mind blowing.
So
But
what's
yeah,
your show
the
like?
our shows are fun, man. Like we've been trying to go outside of Austin just so we can like play outside of our area, like and obviously play more. Um, but our next show is going to be at Valhalla at October 3rd, and the last time we played there, um, we had like a brand new band was starting out, so they brought like balloons and like all this other stuff. They were like, "Oh, hey, can you throw out the balloons like while you're going?" I'm like, "Yeah, like I don't mind." Um, so we had balloons in the pit that people were hitting each other with, and people were jumping off stage. And if you look at our Instagram, we have like a kid like doing like front flips, back flips, like um, and I was like, wow, like, and there was like circle pit going, and I'm like, this is like
Nice.
probably the best show that we played like in a while.
Cool. It's a
Um,
great name for a venue though, Valhalla. It's class. Brilliant.
oh, it was yeah, that place is awesome, and I didn't really get the name until we were there a few months
The
ago, and I
Viking,
was like,
yeah, the old Viking, that was like with Heaven or whatever they called, right?
Yeah,
yeah, and I'm
that was
like, I
their
was
version of heaven,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Valhalla,
yeah,
yeah.
and they had like photos of like musicians who have passed away, and I'm like, oh, now I get it. Like I just thought it was a gimmick.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's awesome, man. That's really cool. I was gonna ask you something else now. Oh, your social media account is like on point, man. Like all your videos, the music videos, like really fucking badass. Who's the credit for that?
Um, I mean, as far as like social media wise, like I'm running like all the social media. Um, but we kind of like outsource all the photos and videos and whatnot. Like our guy we use for the music videos and our lyric videos is JKL Productions, based out of San Antonio. He's awesome. Like first
Yeah,
day we met him, like he was super chill dude and like understood what we were trying to go for. And when we threw that like house party music video,
yeah,
um, like it was like a couple things didn't go as planned. Like we had like an outside shot and it started to rain, and he was like, "All right, well, we'll pivot to inside and we'll just do all that good stuff." And so he was very professional and like, yeah, it was a great time working with him.
How important do you think that social media is now to an up and coming band?
Oh, I think it's everything, honestly. Like, the like people make this joke that like, yeah, bands are just like traveling t-shirt salesmen, and the band is just a front. Um, like it's
Lyle Stanley selling the monorail.
right. I'm like, well, yeah, you have to promote it. Like, you have to work for it, and
Yeah,
like people can give great word of mouth, but if you don't have anything backing it up, then yeah, you have to put it into your into the band of like the social media aspect of it.
Yeah, like you gotta like almost build a brand for yourself, like make a connection with fans, like me and you did over the last few months, just having a chat and like shooting the shit, and like it goes a long way, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like we always like tell people at our shows, like, hey, come say hi to us, like at the merch, or like just come say hey, like because we're just local musicians, but like obviously we want to make that connection with you and like make sure like yeah at our show like you had a great time,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
hopefully they can come by the next one.
Exactly, man. Um, Going back maybe a few years then, Trey, like what is your like first memory of music, or what got you into music?
um like growing up, my mom sang in the car a lot, like and it was always like Alicia Keys and Beyonce and Amy Winehouse, like the great like female musicians. And um like as I grew up, like I didn't really have like a bunch of musical outlets. Like my family is more like sports based. So I was kind of like the black sheep of the family. But um but all I wanted to do was just like pass the time and just listen to music. So like looking through my mom's CDs, I found two CDs I didn't know because like she always played like all the other stuff. Um, but it was Stains, Break the Cycle, and Hybrid Theory, Linkin Park. And so I like to think like those two just kind of shaped like what I like listen for, sound like. But I didn't really want to be a musician then. It was I just thought these two albums are really cool.
Yeah.
Um, but I went to my first metal show back when I was 14, and it was Revocation, Cattle Decapitation, Job for a Cowboy, and Whitechapel. And I just started listening to metal at this point. Um, and I just thought it was cool, like deathcore. I just thought like oh man, how do people do that? Like so awesome.
Yeah,
Like you
that's
play the
heavy
drums
shit,
that
like.
fast. Yeah,
Yeah.
and um I went to the show and I'm standing next to the PAs and I can barely hear my friend who's trying to like yell in my ear. And the vocalist for Cattle Decapitation was contorting his voice in these weird sounds, and I was like how do you do that? Like that is so cool. Like I've never heard anything like that beforehand. Like of course like Phil Bozeman is great, and um but you can understand what he's saying like most of the
Yeah.
time. But with this guy, it was just like so out there and so weird. Like it just sounds like an animal just like yelling into the microphone. And I
Yeah.
looked at my friend and I was like, I want to do that. And he's like, yeah, dude, they sound great. He still can't hear me, but I'm like I want to do that one day. Um, and I tried like different bands in high school, like, but nothing really panned out. It wasn't until like I found these guys that my
But even like Chester Painting with that album, like I totally get what you mean. Like when you hear that singing and you hear that outlet, and it's almost a way of, especially Chester, I think, like expressed himself so much in his singing. Like you could feel maybe the shit that he went through, or
oh yeah,
maybe how he's feeling, obviously, or obviously through his lyrics, you get a backstory, and obviously in the end, unfortunately, what happened. But like, it's such an outlet, that music, for, everybody's got shit going on, you know,
yeah,
but it's a great way to relieve shit that's built up in you.
oh yeah. Like I don't know how many times where like I just had a rough day and um like living with my brother at the time. It was like, hey, if you hear me in my room screaming, I just had a bad day. And then I'm just like screaming in a closet and
Yeah,
just yeah, like music is an outlet, and even
100%.
if like people like don't necessarily like play music, like I think like just listening to it, just watching it
Yeah,
on a like as a video, like on your phone, like it is an outlet.
100%. I can't play shit. So, like, I totally agree with you. Like, We've said it numerous times on the podcast, like it is therapy.
Yeah, like it's great to like find a song or like a band, um, or even an album or like something as little as that where
Even a live performance of somebody.
yeah, where people just resonate with the music, with the song, and like just realize like, oh, someone else is going through the same thing I went through, and
Exactly.
they find comfort in that.
100%. You couldn't have said it better, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're
Definitely.
right on the money there, Trey. Now, from Hybrid Theory to the Whitechapel shows, where did you go next? What was in the playlist? What was on the rotation after that?
I can remember the first metal CD that I bought myself. Like I got Christmas money, and I just started listening to metal at this point, and like on that was like listening to Slipknot, of course, and I think like I went to Target or something around over here, and um was looking through all the albums, and I found a Slipknot album, and so like the first metal CD I bought was All Hope Is Gone by Slipknot.
Oh, brilliant.
Um, but so that album's like very nostalgic for me. Like it's people kind of don't really like it as much, but to me, it's like this is the first CD I ever bought. Of course, I'm gonna like I know every word like throughout that entire album. Just how much I played it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, going from that, like I was always what they call like a core kid, either listening to metalcore, hardcore, deathcore. I was definitely one of those kids who had like the fringe bangs and um what was they call like an emo kid or scene
Yeah.
kid. Um, but yeah, I was listening to a lot of like post-hardcore stuff like Alisana, Sleeping with Sirens, Pierce the Veil, Emarosa, Dance Gambit Dance, like, and a lot of those bands from then on kind of shaped like what I go towards now, like vocal approach wise. Um, but yeah, like even nowadays, like I'll go back and listen to those old records and just find
Yeah.
like that nostalgic like
100%.
piece
Yeah,
of it.
like so many people have said that, like, oh, what are you listening to these days? And like everybody, including myself and probably you too, Luke, it's them first 10, 20 albums that you first listen to. They're the ones you'll always go back to because you just
Oh
said
yeah.
the nostalgia feeling that brings you back to that time when you might have felt this way or that way or
Yeah.
dating this girl at the time or whatever. It just brings it all back, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like oh man, it's the band called Woe Was Me. They're like they only released like oh they're back now actually. But at the time, they only released two records, but they were great. And I didn't know anything of them until I went to Warp Tour back in 2011 and just saw their live set, and I was like, whoa, like this is awesome. Like who are these guys? And the people are
Mm-hmm.
with, they're like, oh, this is What Was Me. Um, and every time that like I hear a song from either of those records, like it just transports me back to seeing them at Warp Tour. Like I'm 16 years old again. Like
Yeah.
it's great.
I like the way you talk about that and going back
Mm.
to what you loved.
Mm.
And sometimes revisiting the old stuff is
Yeah.
even more important than seeking what's new. And I read something really nice in the book I'm reading that was very insightful in the like of, we're always looking for this what's new instead of asking maybe what's best
Yeah.
or thinking
Mm.
going over what we know already,
But I think too, as
delving deep into it with those older tunes,
yeah,
going back at it and working at those.
I think too, like as music fans or musicians like you guys, like I don't know about you, but I find it hard to let in newer mainstream music into my library because I'm just so attached to that older stuff. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's funny all the same. Like we talked about Metallica's newest record, 72 Seasons. We would be big Metallica fans, Trey. And we were discussing the newest album that, I like certain songs that Gavin might not like and vice versa, but most of the album I love, and there's some of the tunes that Gavin doesn't like. But I think that is normally the way that even the new albums of the bands that you come up on, you mightn't be so receptive to some of their new styles or the new direction because the older ones hold
Yeah, it's just
such a strong part
yeah,
in your what should I say, influence or
yeah. It's
in
just
your
like
memories.
yeah, it's like that nostalgia feeling. I don't know if you get that too, Trey.
Oh no, definitely. Like listening to like all these bands growing up and then still keeping up with them. Like I'm really big fans. I'm a really big fan of like this band called Crownley Empire, and funny enough, they're from Dallas, Texas. Um, and you know, great first EP, great first album. Second album was amazing, and then around this time, their record company, Rise Records, like went through all their bands, or were like, we're gonna make y'all like um mainstream and have like a radio rock sound. And so the album after that was shit. And like it was just like, oh, like, what are y'all doing? Like, this isn't the band that I like. But
Yeah.
like, obviously still keeping up with them. Their newest album, um, Dogma, is amazing. They went back to their roots and they're even heavier now.
Oh, that's
And
good to hear.
I'm like, yes, it's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
But
I
That's
gotta.
like
awesome.
as a musician, it's like it's still great to listen to the albums that you don't like, because it's like, well, what am I not liking about this? But also I got to think like, how can I like this, or how can I think about it from like a different perspective, like someone who's just like listening to them for the first time.
Yeah,
um
100%,
and
100%.
listening to everything, it's like, oh yeah, this album actually is not that bad, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, because we do some album reviews on our podcast too, and we do a wide range of stuff. We've done stuff from Jagged Little Pill to Iowa, you
Oh
know.
wow.
So it's a big range of stuff that we cover, and like you just said, it's good to maybe appreciate some music that you're not really fond of, but like there is still talent there that you gotta give flowers
Gotta
to.
explore, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
which is good too. I gotta ask you, it just popped into my head there about another awesome Texas band, Pantera.
Oh yeah, the guys love
What's your
them.
what's your take on the new setup?
Honestly, don't really keep up too much with Pantera. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Like, they were a little before my time. The guys are a little older than I am.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's their bread and butter. Like, if like sometimes during practice they'll just start playing a Pantera riff. I'm like, well, I know Strength Beyond Strength, so I can do that one. But
Yeah. Yeah, like they got a new lineup now because the two guys passed away or whatever. Some people are
right.
like, they should let it be, or let them at it. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool to keep, like myself, I was too young to hear them when they came out, so I'm still happy I'm gonna catch some of the band, They're coming our way
Oh yeah.
soon as well. Yeah.
I mean, the same thing can be said about the whole like Linkin Park situation. Like
Yeah.
like obviously, like, we were all sad about Chester's passing. Like, I cried at work and I had to like step off whenever I found out. And um I don't think like them like they don't I don't think they replaced Chester. I think they're just continuing on the band
Yeah.
um with what they're comfortable with.
Hmm.
And I never took it as like, oh, like you're replacing, one of my favorite vocalists of all time. Like, no, like obviously it was a band choice to keep going, keep pursuing. I think they took a good amount of time off,
Yeah.
process what they were going through.
Yeah.
Um, and the new lineup, like I think the song's okay. Like the new
Yeah, it's
Linkin Park
okay.
single. Yeah, I'm like, obviously it's like, yeah, it's not Chester, but I think as a musician standpoint, Emily is filling the shoes as best she can. But with all the
Yeah.
stuff going on about her, I'm like, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, the family and all that shit. Yeah. But
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff going on, isn't there? But
but it's like we just said, maybe there's fans that were too young to go and catch a show, and now that they're maybe older, you can still go, you can enjoy the music, and I'm sure they're going to have a moment to pay tribute to Chester during the shows,
Oh
So
yeah.
you gotta keep going. I was listening to that documentary last night with Metallica, and like
Making of Magnetic.
yeah, maybe it was something else, but like the day after Cliff Burton's funeral, they went looking for a bass player. You know,
Oh yeah,
They had to keep the band
they had to
moving,
keep moving. They were,
unfortunately
yeah.
for them,
was
and
it
a lot
the
of
some kind of monster?
Maybe it was one of them. I'm not
Well,
sure.
Yeah.
I do know they spoke about it, and there had
But that was the
been,
way they healed.
reports. Well, the way they healed was obsessive drinking for
Well,
maybe,
yeah.
total self-destruction,
Well, true.
inebriation for the guts of about 3 years.
10
Poor
years.
Jason putting up with them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a lot of the bassists had said that they were absolutely shook, really badly shook. But
Oh,
they all
yeah.
understood that they were grieving the loss of a brother, and they just got on with it, and they
kind of put it
handled
to
it as
the
best. They knew that they had to move on, and they
blocked it
probably
out.
thought that's what Cliff wanted as well.
Yeah, of
beat the
course.
band to move on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, I agree. I think Linkin Park are doing the right thing. I think keep going, and there's never ever going to be another Chester, but honor his music and do their thing. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
What do you think is next for Release the Captive, Trey?
Right now we're just focused on playing shows and getting everything ready for 2025 because we'll have a busy year then too. We're going to be recording an EP.
Brilliant.
So it'll be a part of like this single will be a part of that EP. We'll be doing that and start working on like a tour maybe, new merch design, all the good stuff.
cool.
But yeah, for right now, we're just focused on just playing shows. Like we have a really big show coming up in October with the band called Makari. Like they are amazing, and their vocalist makes me want to stop singing because he's really good. Like,
Did you have fun with Jamal doing that Lost in the Moment song?
oh yeah, like, he's been a really good homie. Like my first show with Release to Captive was actually their debut show as well. And so from then on, like we always just kept in touch and played a couple more shows together. And sure enough, like the show that we played in Houston, it was a full circle moment because we're like again we're playing with like a couple more bands that were on that same bill as like my first show and his first show. But it was all the way in Houston, so we just hung out, just talked for a little bit, and I was like, hey, do you want to collab together? Like, I think I have like a song that like it would sound really sick. And he was like, yeah, dude, just let me know. And sure enough, like we got we got like studio time booked, and I immediately messaged him like, hey, we have like, you still want to do this? And he's like, yeah. And I've been like learning the song from the back, and
It's
yeah, it
an
was a
awesome
great
song.
like, yeah, thanks, man. Like, it's very different, like for us even because like I said, like we are a heavy band, but we pull so much from everywhere that like yeah, maybe like a one-off we can have like a party song that's kind of like pop like focused.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely, man.
Awesome. We look forward to hearing all that is to come, and maybe you can sort out some international shipping for some t-shirts.
Yeah,
We'll have
man.
to see, does the merch store accommodate that?
We actually were just talking about like updating it, so yeah, that'll be the first thing we do.
Cool, man.
Awesome.
Will we do some questions?
Yeah, for sure.
You up for some question time, Trey?
Yeah, what's up?
So we just do some random questions and just a bit of fun. So I'll kick
Gotcha.
it off. What is your go-to fast food?
Whataburger for sure.
Right?
What's the order?
The sweet and spicy bacon burger is always my go-to. So
Sounds good.
That's nice.
Yeah.
The first album you ever bought, I think you told us, right?
Yeah,
Hybrid
that was
Theory.
our
No,
the
Hybrid
All Hope Is
Theory
Gone
was
by
All Hope
Slipknot.
Is Gone.
All Hope Is Gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you name a book, an album, and a movie that everyone should check out?
Oh, that's a good question. An album that everyone should check out. I'm gonna have to go with Emma Rosa's Relativity record. It's fantastic. It's what I feel like what post-hardcore is, like in a nutshell, and it's like keeps you so interested. Like there's no repeating parts, there's no choruses. Like it all the way
Cool.
through is just hitting you in the face with like awesome sounds. Like it's fantastic.
Awesome.
A book, um, Escape Out of Furnace is really good. I would say that it's like a book that I actually still have it. I stole it from my high school, but it's fantastic series. Um, and a movie, say Mr. Nobody. That's probably one of my favorite movies. It
Okay.
has Jared Leto in it, but it's like one of
Nice.
those like weird movies that never got like out there. But if you watch it,
He's a
it's
great
really good.
actor.
Like yeah, and like this is where I feel like his acting chops like really like come into fruition. Like it's fantastic all the way through.
Must
Nice.
check that out. Yeah, I
Definitely.
wouldn't be familiar with any of those, so
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you have any other hobbies apart from music?
Um, not necessarily. Like all I do is like work and then come back home and write music or
Yeah,
listen to
yeah, I
music.
hear you. I hear you, man.
Um,
What's the day job at the moment, Trey?
I'm a shift lead at Alamo Draft House. So it's like a movie theater and eatery. So like you
Oh,
sit
nice.
down, you can order food while you're watching a movie.
No way,
And
Nice.
they're cool.
it's a full like scratch kitchen as well. So like we make everything or most of everything in house.
Cool. Cool.
Awesome. If you could play any venue in the world, where would you like to play?
Oh man, I think like the go-to answer, like I'm from San Antonio, so like if I get to play like the Alamo Dome, that would be amazing. Like just go back to my hometown and just
Yeah.
represent as best I could.
That'd
Yeah.
be brilliant. Are you a Spurs fan?
Like I don't really watch NBA this time too much. Like I did back when I was growing up. So like back when I was a kid for sure, I was always following around like Mono Ginobili and Tim Duncan, Tony Parker. Like I'll still keep up with
Yeah.
them, but
Yeah.
I am
Uh,
more of a soccer fan nowadays and a hockey
all
fan.
right.
No way.
Who
Awesome.
who are you into?
Hockey wise, you know, we have our like Cedar Park Stars, which is like just next to us. But the Bruins are really good. Really like checking them out. And in Austin, we just have like our new FC stadium just got built like a few years ago, and we just got to go see our first game, and it was unfortunately we lost, but it was awesome.
Nice. Nice.
Awesome.
So maybe one of the last questions we'll ask. If you could get five artists in a room to record your dream album, who would they be? Like a full band, a drummer, singer, guitarist, bass.
Okay. My favorite drummer in this scene right now is this guy named Luke Holland. He
He's
started off in
awesome.
like yeah, he's
Yeah.
amazing. Like I don't think anyone can beat his technicality. Like people are up there, but he's just on a whole different level. Um Bassist, I think one of the only bassist like that comes to mind is like Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, yeah,
Um like but yeah, I think that'd be still fun.
That'd be a
Um
fun collab. That'd
right,
be a
yeah,
cool
like
rhythm section, yeah.
yeah. I think Tim Henson from Polyphia as one of the guitarists as well. Like those guys are awesome. And I think with like that, just those three alone, like would just be an amazing record. Singer wise, I'm not like the first singer that I definitely like look up to is maybe Freddie Mercury, but it would just be a weird album to that.
yeah.
um
He was awesome.
Maybe something along those lines of like Um, maybe Tillian Pearson. He used to be in Dance Gavin Dance. They just wrote things off with him, but his range is crazy insane.
Cool.
Nice. Have you got one more, or are you cool to leave it at that?
Um, yeah, I'm cool with leaving it at that.
Awesome.
Too much pressure.
Well, Trey, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you, man.
Yeah, y'all too. I'm glad we finally got to do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Thanks for making it happen, and we really look forward to seeing what you guys got in store.
Yeah, looking forward to this EP. And where can people find you guys then? Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Instagram, we have it's called the Release the Captive Band. Um, and you can find us on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, YouTube, basically everywhere. Um, but yeah, hope to hear from you guys again. And
Definitely, man.
yeah, and anyone hearing this, definitely come out to the Macari show. It's going to be our biggest show of the year. Like, come and hang out. That'd be great.
When did you say that is again?
It's going to be
October?
yeah, October 27th at Come and Take It Live.
Awesome.
And if you ever make it over this side, we got a pint of Guinness waiting for you, man.
I would love that. That'd be great.
Awesome.
All right,
Trey,
man.
it's been a pleasure. Take care.
All right, thank you guys so much. Y'all have a
All
great
right,
night.
man. Bye bye.